What is love? If you asked a top psychologist in the 1950s, their answer would have been cold and strictly logical. The science of the time believed that love didn't really exist. Infants only attach to their mothers because the mother provides food. Their theory was simple. Food equals survival, and survival equals attachment. Love was just a biological transaction to satisfy hunger. But a psychologist named Harry Harlow doubted this theory. He wanted to know, are human and animal needs really limited to just filling the stomach? Or is there a hunger in our biology for something far greater than food? To find the answer, Harlow designed one of the most cruel and disturbing experiments in the history of psychology. He separated infant monkeys from their real mothers the moment they were born and locked them in a place where they only had two fake mothers to care for them. Harlow built two artificial mothers. One mother was made entirely of cold, hard wire. She looked terrifying, but she had a bottle of milk attached to her chest. She could satisfy hunger and keep them alive. The second mother was made of soft, warm, terry cloth. She was completely soft, but she had absolutely no food to offer. She provided no milk. According to the established science of the time, the babies should have only gone to the wire mother because biology dictates that without food, you die, and without a soft cloth, nothing happens to you. But when Harlow released the babies into the cage, what he saw shook the entire scientific community. The infant monkeys completely rejected the cold wire mother. When they were starving, they would run to the wire mother, quickly drink the milk, and the moment the last drop was gone, they would immediately run back and cling to the cloth mother. Out of 24 hours in a day, they spent 22 hours holding tightly onto the cloth mother. They slept on her, played with her, and felt safe in her warmth. They had completely sidelined their pure survival instinct. Milk was necessary, but comfort was far more important to them than that milk. But Harlow didn't stop there. He wanted to test the limits of this comfort. He wanted to know, in a moment of absolute terror, who would a child run to? The one who keeps them alive, or the one who makes them feel safe? Harlow dropped a terrifying, loud, mechanical toy into the cage. The babies started screaming in fear, and in that panic, they did not go to their food source, the wire mother. They ran and clung to the cloth mother. The moment they touched that soft fabric, their fear began to calm down. They felt as if they had reached the safest place in the world, even though that mother was fake and couldn't actually protect them from any danger. This experiment changed psychology forever. It proved that love is not just a mechanism to satisfy hunger. Comfort, touch, and connection are just as much a part of our biological needs as air, water, and food. But there is a third and much darker part of this experiment that people rarely talk about. Harlow's monkeys survived. They had food, and they had the comfort of soft cloth. But when these babies grew up, they did not become normal monkeys. A soft cloth can give you warmth, but it cannot teach you how to live. It doesn't talk to you. It doesn't scold you. It doesn't teach you how to exist in a society. When these fully grown monkeys were placed with other normal monkeys, they were completely broken. They didn't know how to make friends. They didn't know how to mate. They would either sit completely alone in a corner or suddenly, for no reason at all, violently attack others. A deep psychological wound had been inflicted on their brains, one that no medicine could fix. Their bodies were perfectly healthy, but their minds and their souls were completely destroyed. Harlow's wire mother experiment reveals a truth we often forget. We live in a world where physical needs are given the highest priority: shelter, food, money. But this experiment proves that a living being cannot function solely on these physical things. A mind raised in isolation, given only the tools for survival, but denied real emotional connection, eventually becomes a danger to the world around it or to itself. Love and affection are not just a luxury. They are the very structure of our nervous system that keeps us from going insane. Food keeps our body alive, but connection keeps our humanity alive. The next time you see a lonely person behaving in a completely isolated, quiet, or strange way, remember, maybe they weren't starving for food. Maybe they were starving for that cloth mother they never got.